So, what exactly happens when your mom drops off a robot vacuum that she no longer has a use for? Well, it's time to get out your phone and open up Facebook Marketplace and start selling it. But what's that? You've never had the chance to list on Facebook Marketplace before? Well, this is just the video for you. Hey everyone, this is Riley with the Riley Reformed channel, and today I am going to talk about how I started selling on Facebook Marketplace. And this is not just any listing video. Today we'll be covering every angle of the Facebook Marketplace listing experience, and there are lots of angles to watch out for. Whether you're decluttering your home or you're looking to sell something, this is the tutorial for you. Do you have things lying around? Do you want to put some extra cash into your pocket? Do you have things around the house that you think take up too much space? Do you no longer have a use for something? These are all reasons that you should become a Facebook Marketplace expert, and I'm here to help. Step one to selling something online. How is somebody going to discover your listing online? After all, they are not going to be able to see it without you taking quality pictures or videos. You'll want to add some eye-catching photos of your item. Take clear pictures from different angles to give your potential buyers a good look at what you're trying to sell. Make sure you add lighting to your photos. Any light you may have at your house, you should turn on or potentially point it at the item. Most likely you'll be using a smartphone to take your photos and videos, and all smartphone cameras greatly benefit from light. The easiest form of light that you may be able to introduce into your pictures is just natural light. Do you have windows in your house or your apartment? Make sure you use all of these to your advantage. Keep in mind that when taking photos, this is the single biggest reason somebody will choose to buy or not buy your product. Sometimes I have come across items on Facebook Marketplace on an item that I am interested in, but I decided I just don't want it just because the photos are terrible. So you want to make sure that you get this step right so that all your potential buyers are intrigued by your listings and remain engaged. Keep in mind that you are advertising something online with a Facebook listing, and when advertising something, you want your product to look the absolute best, or else just who's going to buy it? Take multiple pictures from different angles, and then later on you can decide which ones you like and which ones you want to delete. Take multiple pictures while you are doing this, and then you can choose later, because when you're actually making the listing, you are not going to want to go back and take more pictures. Trust me, I've been there, done that. It's easiest to take multiple at once. We make so many internal decisions just based off the pictures alone, so many visual cues. That's why it is the first step to listing an item on Facebook Marketplace. Something else that I wanted to note quickly is that not that long ago, Facebook added an option where you can add a video to a Facebook Marketplace listing. While this may not sound like that useful of a feature on the surface level, I could assure you, your listing is guaranteed to get more views if you add a video to it. The reason that this is so useful is that somebody can be scrolling on Marketplace and see a lot of the same thing. But if you have a video added instead of just a static picture, it will start to autoplay your video on your listing without you doing any extra steps on your end. As somebody who scrolls Facebook Marketplace pretty often, this is pretty eye-catching because something is moving and can sometimes be the reason that I do click on a listing. Then if somebody does click your listing, the video is the first thing that it will show them. Sometimes, especially for certain products, a video can satisfy a user and make sure your product is exactly what they're looking for. Take this robot vacuum that I'm trying to sell, for example. Somebody may click on the listing and then wonder if it even works at all. Lucky for them, it does work, and the buyer will know that it works because I took a video of it moving and cleaning and doing its thing. So when somebody buys this, there's no question on their mind that what they are buying is legitimate and they are just not getting scammed, as I can also also assure you that scammers do exist on this platform. I've seen it firsthand, so it doesn't hurt for buyers to be a little bit extra careful, and the video may eliminate any concern in their minds that they're not getting exactly what they want. Step 2 to listing an item on Facebook Marketplace is to figure out the logistics of how you would like to handle this transaction. On Facebook Marketplace, there are many options that a seller has, which is a very, very great thing. But for those who are a little bit inexperienced, this can also be a little bit overwhelming at first. One of the first things you'll want to figure out is how to handle the turning over of the product. So what do I mean by this is that there are options for how you want to sell the item you have listed. You can choose to have the buyer come to your house and do a porch pickup. You can both meet somewhere in a public space. You could deliver the product to them if they're local, or for more exposure, you can list your item as something that you are willing to ship. And then the transaction will be completely without contact and somebody from anywhere in the country can buy your product. So see how this can be quite a loaded scenario. I personally have done every one of these options depending on the person who is buying from you. Typically, when I sell something, I am honestly comfortable with any of these scenarios. I have had people come to my house before and I meet them at my door and then they hand me the money, which is kind of similar to like ordering a pizza or DoorDash. I have done porch pickup where I will leave the item outside and I instruct the buyer to leave the money in a mailbox or just under a rug. I have had people order something from me through Facebook shipping, meaning that they purchase through the shipping method, the buy now button. So then I need to just box and ship the item. And a good thing to note is that if somebody does purchase something from you through the shipping method, sometimes this does not even require you to interact with the person at all, as they can buy it without ever even messaging you. When somebody does purchase this way, the seller does not get paid until the item is delivered. The buyer does have to pay right away, but think of it as Facebook holding on to the money until everything is delivered and all of the contingencies are satisfied with that transaction. There are options to consider though with shipping. It will grant you a lot more exposure as the pool of people who Facebook will recommend this to greatly increases, but it does come as a slight cost though, because if somebody does purchase through shipping, you'll be required to pay a fee on that transaction. So the fee is Facebook Marketplace charges a 5% fee to the seller when they offer shipping, or a flat fee of 40 cents for shipments that are $8 or less. The buyer will also be required to pay tax on that item, and then the seller can decide to take that shipping fee from their own payout or make the person buying the item pay for the shipping. So using this method, a $30 item can cost a buyer $40 after tax and then shipping, and then the payout for the seller is less than $30 because of the 5% fee. That would cut down the total payout for the seller to be around $28.50. You will also need to print a label that Facebook creates and then box the item before you take it to your local shipping drop-off point. So cost of shipping materials is also a factor if you don't have just a box lying around. If you choose to sell locally, no one is required to pay tax. Facebook does not get a cut of it, but then your exposure is not as great and you might not sell the product at all. So there are kind of many factors to consider while selling with shipping on Facebook Marketplace. Whatever method you choose, just know that nothing is set in stone forever. Say you post an item and it's just not getting any traction. Well, maybe you can consider changing the price. You could take better pictures, you could take a video, or even add shipping as an option later on down the road. You have to do what is most comfortable for you. And I can only speak from past experience, but as somebody who lives in a fairly small city, I have not had much issue when selling to somebody who is local. Generally, everybody is very friendly and most people are just looking to buy something. You are selling in the easiest way possible. They want the transaction to be easy and you also want the transaction to be easy. That's not to say something can't go wrong. It definitely can. Just do whatever you're most comfortable with, as getting the item listed is better than not listing it at all. Step 3 to selling something on Facebook Marketplace is to figure out what price you want to set your item at. There are quite a few ways that you can go about this. What I personally like to do is I like to look on Facebook Marketplace for pretty much what I'm selling and see how those prices compare to what you are thinking. Things to consider is how much you purchased the item for, what kind of condition it's in. Like right now, if you purchase the item online, I would go find the item online and see what it's selling for. With the robot vacuum, for an example, it's currently selling for $400. I know that my parents barely used it, basically ever, so this is pretty much as good as new. It also depends how fast you would like to sell the product. If you're looking to sell fast, I would maybe set the listing price at $200, for example, if I just wanted it gone, wanted it out of there. But if I'm looking to get a little bit of a better deal on it, I would likely consider selling it for $300 and then see if I get any messages or any sort of interaction. In a week, if I do not get any messages or just nobody seems interested, I will then lower the price. When you do lower a price on Facebook, it will also display the original price with a crossed out text, similar to like what a regular store would do. So somebody coming to your listing will see, it used to be $300, but now it's $250, as an example. And they might think, wow, what a great deal this is. I see a lot of listings that do this, but another good idea for things that you are selling that you did buy online is to show the item that you ordered. So if you bought something online, maybe just include a screenshot of what a new item would cost, and then the interested buyer can make comparisons to what you are listing your item for versus what the new item is. Chances are the item that you're selling should be much cheaper, and then they will consider it even more because they think they're getting a great deal and they could take the product off your hands. Step 4 to selling something on Facebook Marketplace is to figure out the title and the description, as well as filling out all the other details about your listing. A title and description on Facebook is something that I think people tend to overlook, as it may not stick out as much as a picture, but it is really just as important. So let's start with the title. My recommendation for the title is to make sure you are accurate with what your title is and make sure you're detailed, but not too detailed or else it's cluttered. So what I mean by this is to just be descriptive, but also concise. So let's take my robot vacuum example again. It is exactly what I said. It is a robot vacuum. So maybe you might think that would be a good idea to put in the title, robot vacuum, but I think it pays to be a little bit more descriptive. This is a robot vacuum, but what kind? Is it a Roomba? Is it a Shark? Is it a brand nobody has ever heard of on Amazon? That can make a big difference. A slightly more descriptive title would be to describe what it says on the box. So Shark IQ robot vacuum. Now, I think that title is perfect. It's not too vague, but it's also not too long, and it ensures that everybody will read it, and it's not too long that Facebook will not know how to recommend it to people. Any more detail than this, I think, should be kept in the details or the description of the listing. So next, let's look at a description. So for my descriptions on Facebook, I like to structure them into sections. People do not like to read long paragraphs, at least I don't. So I don't like to format my descriptions this way. I do like to include some more detail in the description, such as brand, all of the features the product has, everything that comes with the product. And I also like to touch on how I would like to sell it. So either shipping or porch pickup or meet at a public place, things along those lines. So for my example description, I would format it like this. I would say, selling my Shark IQ robot vacuum. Selling this because my parents no longer have a use for it. Product works great as intended and can be mapped to any house. Also comes with a self-empty base. And then I would list out what I'm including. So it includes a Shark IQ robot, the self-empty docking station, along with the box that the product came in and all of the documentation that the person might need that's buying it. And then finally at the end, I would just say something like, looking to sell product and can do porch pickup or shipping. If you have any questions, please let me know. Now, Now, I think that is a great description. I know some people may like to include maybe even a little bit more detail in the description on how they would like to go about handing over the product, but like I mentioned, I've had pretty good luck. But maybe you will need to be more clear with your rules and guidelines that you want to do as a seller. There are also drop-down sections or like free-form sections for the seller to choose on Facebook. So these change based upon what category you choose, but these can be things like selecting the brand, the color of the item, the size of the item, the condition, etc., things along those lines. Make sure you fill all of these out appropriately, as this will help Facebook push out your item into its recommendations, and hopefully you'll be able to sell it more quickly. And then finally, step 5 to selling something on Facebook Marketplace. How are you going to post said item? Oh yeah, okay, on Facebook Marketplace. So the next step is to open up Facebook Marketplace, open up the Facebook app, and let's go sell this thing. But I'm going to save that for another video. Honestly, I'm pretty sure this video is long enough already. So in my next video, I will walk through in detail all of the things I talked about in this video, plus I will show you how to navigate Facebook Marketplace and how to post that listing. Once that video is out, I will put it up here in the cards, or maybe that way. I don't know what side it's on, but overall, I think this video will give you a good idea on what you need to do to start selling on Facebook. I know there are lots of options, but I hope walking through all of the options in detail gave you a greater idea of how to get started, and best of luck to all you master sellers. If you have not already, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking the video, as it does help out my small channel grow more and more. And make sure to check out all of my other Facebook Marketplace videos. That has been it for me. This is Riley with the Riley Reform channel. I hope to see you in the next video, and I hope your day is as pleasant as you are.